make the thing get your fire. It's all on the ground, all over the counter, yeah. With that pot on the fire, yeah. It's your cocoa. Boy, when I'm feeling under the weather, you just make me feel sweet. Ice the cocoa tea, use the sugar, and together we are complete. Darling, heat me up. Only you alone can put fire back in the soul. Heat me up, and you're telling me I should leave that fire alone. Well, the more they tell me, the more I hold in you close. I could never let you go. Miss Ocean, girl, I'm coming home, I will see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah, Miss Ocean, when you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, so put a pot on the fire. Bubbling it over. Raise the temperature higher.
Nothing else sounds as good as
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Alrighty, well, it is 7:20 here in the beautiful St. Vincent. Well, 7:21 actually. And at this time, we usually take in our commentary from Mr. PeeJohn, who is already on the line. PeeJohn, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning to the both of you there.
Yes.
This morning.
Yes, please.
Good morning,
Present,
good morning,
please.
good morning. Yes, there's an interesting term used in your newscast a while ago. Something I've been thinking about for a while. Mass deportation. This is where the new president of the United States has taken a decision to deport either illegal aliens, illegal residents, undocumented residents from the United States. And he is fulfilling his promise from the election. This has led to a lot of hysteria among, undocumented citizens in the United States, because the agents, the ICE agents, which ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement Authority, they are raiding even schools, workplaces, and even legal citizens are being picked up. The question is, what does it mean for St. Vincent and the Grenadines? How should we respond to it? I haven't heard any official word from the authorities here as to their position and what intention they have to dealing with citizens of Vincentian people who may be affected. It would be interesting to know how many Vincentians will be affected. I think probably every Vincentian household has one person, at least one person who might be living in the United States, either legally or illegally. But this particular position adopted by the American government, we have to look at it, and I think we need to hear from the officialdom as to how are we going to respond. Can we manage a large number of deportees going back to St. Vincent? Are we prepared for that? So that's my thought for the day.
Okay. All right. Well, we did discuss it a bit yesterday, and but we did not look at it so much in the context of SVG. Well, not by itself. And it's actually something that came to me when the news was being read, because Barbados made a statement with regards to it, and I too am concerned. I think one of the things that we have to be mindful of, though, is that the word deportee always seems to have such a negative connotation, right? Because when we use the word deportees, the assumption for many persons is always that they've done something wrong, like criminally wrong, and they're being sent back. But you know that there are persons who have just who have been returned to their home countries because of the fact that they entered illegally or they're not documented, etc. You know, so that is just one of those things that stands out to me whenever we say use the word deportee. But yes, you are very correct in terms of I haven't heard anything myself. I am wondering if maybe
it's in the works. They're having a meeting as we speak.
Or maybe it was a case where persons did not think that Trump was going to hit the ground running with this. Countries did not necessarily think that it was going to happen so soon, but we realized it happened from day one. Hours
From
after
day one.
inauguration. Hours. Yeah.
Exactly. And the other point I want to make, they claim that they are dealing with criminal aliens, people who have criminal records. But apparently, whether or not you have a criminal record, once you are suspected of being an illegal alien, you're being picked up.
Yeah.
And I've heard of a case of a gentleman who's been living in the United States for more than 30 years and has been picked up.
Yeah. Well, before coming in this morning, I heard on the news that they say that it's so for now it is illegal persons who may have committed criminal acts, but then now they're going to extend it to persons who just are there illegally, you know. So they're even considering pulling people out of prisons who are there, you know, illegally as well. So it's just I am concerned. I really am worried. I am concerned, and not so much of the fact that persons are returning to SVG, because you know here is your home, but it's the strain that it's going to place on so many of our assets, our facilities, everything. There's just the strain that's going to be placed there. Employment, you know, how a person's going to be employed. Is there a big enough market for some persons to become self-employed? You know, all those questions that we would have to end up tackling. So.
And the other one is the impact on families, where some families may have persons who are documented, where others are not the same, them other members who are not.
Yep.
And the impact of splitting up of families.
Yep.
There's something we have to think about and watch carefully as it unfolds. All the best.
All right. See you too, PeeJohn. See you tomorrow.
I mean, that's the hot topic at this time for Caribbean. Well, not just the Caribbean, is the hot topic across the world right now. I want to be the devil's advocate here and say you gotta hand it to Trump. He's a hardworking man. Who goes to work and starts working hours after they've been given the job? I mean, and he promised something, and you know, we usually talk about politicians not fulfilling their promise, and the man is fulfilling his promise, right? So.
But you know, so good morning to everybody. First off, good morning to everyone. And yes, you are in tune with the Activated Mornings program here on WEFM. Dianna, Cain, and myself, Roleza Samuel as host. And we trust that everybody is doing okay for a Tuesday. The countdown is on. I know y'all counting down too, but the countdown is on. All right. The countdown is on. So hoping that everyone would have a good, safe, and productive one today.
Yes. Now, go back to Trump. Right, just for a short while. So as I was saying, I'm going to play devil's advocate. The man is fulfilling his promise. He said, I'm going to do it. And so he's done it. And perhaps his members of those who voted for him are saying, you know what? I think he's a good president. He said he's going to do it and he does it. He's not lying to us. He's doing what he's saying he's going to do. I saw something on the internet yesterday. They were talking about, the number of some persons who voted for Trump and are now crying because their relatives are getting sent home. And I mean, I agree with the video. I was looking at the person saying they don't feel sorry for them. And I agree with that person. I don't feel sorry for you because the man said he was going to do something. And it's crazy the way that Trump has always talked about non-Americans and the fact that non-Americans voted for him. Hearing the things that he was saying, and now he's actually doing it. You're crying, oh no, my abuela is going home. But Trump told you he was going to send your abuela home. Didn't you believe him? You voted for him. So, yeah.
All right. So somebody on the on WhatsApp is saying lots of unskilled and skilled workers are needed in SVG right now. It might work in our favor. Yeah, well, we will see. We will see.
We will see. And then there's the issue of I think PeeJohn mentioned that they're even considering sending home the prisoners. So then we have to know if we do have prisoners in American prison, then we're gonna have to consider what's gonna happen when they come home. But I have faith in our government, and I believe that at this very moment, as we speak, they're putting their heads together and they're thinking, probably putting pen to paper and sorting out, making preparations.
But that's the thing. Like, what preparations can you actually make? We already have a population here that is in need of certain services, right? We already have a population here that for want of a better word, some persons want to leave because they don't have they don't see the same type of opportunities existing here, whether it's a case of money or just not being able to exercise, let's say, their brains the way in which they would like to, or be able to do more with themselves. They feel restricted and constrained here, right? So if we have more persons coming in and they too may have this same sort of drive to do more, to be more, to accomplish more, especially between 20 and 65, and you know that you're going to have to quote unquote struggle here. Persons leave here for better opportunities, and there's nothing wrong with that. I see absolutely nothing wrong with that. But can we handle an influx of persons here? Well, and this is us just looking at this in the positive context of these persons who do not have criminal records, who have not been exposed to tricks and trades that we are not used to here in SVG. We're just looking at it from one positive aspect, but then we also have to remember that there is also going to be a negative aspect of it as well. So somebody says you can't be a non-American and vote. You have to be American to vote. Okay, I think this was
sorry. So I said the race, Mexicans, people like that, not white Americans or black Americans, like, and not the other, right?
Those who
Because that's what I meant. I should have explained that better. Right. So we are gonna head out of our talk segment at this time. Remember, at 7:35 we are going to have our traffic talk. So stay tuned to hear from the officers.
Do you spin a